Now available for the first time in paperback. Stop Simping in the Workplace. Men, learn what you need to know in order to protect your job from workplace predators with Stop Simping in the Workplace. Available in paperback at online booksellers everywhere. A business can make you money or it can take you money. And one of the ways a business can take your money is through turnover. Now, turnover basically is the silent killer of many businesses because many business owners just don't see how much money they're losing when employees walk out the door. Now, when it comes down to turnover is an indicator that a business is in a really bad place fiscally because if employees are leaving, then you're not going to have the staff on hand in order to help your business expand. Now, when it comes to turnover is something that is a natural part of business when people basically outgrow their roles as related to a job and want to move on to other endeavors that allow them to continue building in their career. However, if a business has a lot of turnover early on, it can basically impede that business's ability to be productive. Now, when it comes down to a business, you really have to watch who's walking out your door because people walking out your door can cost you a lot of money and keep you from being able to continue to maintain or expand your business. Now, people, when they are turning over, basically is a big problem when you go out here and hire someone and they don't really stay long enough to basically learn the basics of the business because usually when you hire someone, you're making an investment and that investment starts within the first 90 to 180 days of that person's employment because it usually takes 90 to 180 days for someone to get acclimated to a work environment and learn the basics of the business. And usually after that 180 days, this is where we can start further pursuing helping this person develop more experience and developing more skills as related to the business because the ultimate goal is to get this person to the 1 year mark where they can basically get a handle on the business and learn about most of the things that go on as related to the operations of that business. That's what you want when you are an employer. You want to make sure that people get to a point where they become familiarized with your business because this is how this person is showing how they're developing as related to their work experience so that you can go out here and further be able to allow them to grow in your business and when you go out here and look to elevate them through promotion. Unfortunately, what happens at a lot of companies is that a lot of people go out here and they hire a lot of people on the front end, and they really don't go out here and measure the performance of people as related to that first 90 to 180 days. And when they do that, what they really don't see is how much money they're about to lose because every person that you hire in the first 90 to 180 days that winds up leaving the job, this is money coming out of your pocket and is not going to give you any sort of return on your investment. And that's what really hurts a business long term because what happens is that you're hiring people, and as you're hiring people, what's happening is they're not getting acclimated to your work environment, they're not getting acclimated to your processes, they're not getting acclimated to your company culture, they're not learning how you do business, and as they don't learn how you do business, you are going to put yourself on a road to going out of business when they decide that they want to resign, and when they resign, you've basically lost a whole lot of money as related to going out here and putting up the cost for not only their salary but also their benefits, and you're also losing productivity because whenever you hire a new person, what the whole business has to do is that the business has to slow down, and as the business slows down, what it has to do is try to get this new person up to speed. And as you're trying to get this new person up to speed, you're not able to go out here and be able to be at high speed of serving your customers effectively. That's what goes out over people's heads as related to turnover. And again, turnover can basically undermine your business, because if you've got people leaving the job, again, people leaving the job can wind up costing you a lot of money, because you're not only out that salary as related to that person, but you also have to now put more money in looking to hire the next person, and you have to put in more money to go into the job search. So you're spending twice as much money every time a person winds up leaving. And this is why it's important to work on the retention of workers, because retaining workers means that you can maintain your levels of productivity in a workplace. Because when you have job retention, what happens is you have people who have experience, and as each experienced person is there, you can stay on the same page, and then you can keep your productivity up to a high level. You can keep your productivity up because you're not having to slow down the entire business to basically get this person up to speed as related to learning about the culture, learning about the business, and learning about the business practices and how things are done in that business. Because when it comes to people, again, people have to take time to adjust and adapt to a situation. This is a mistake that many business owners make, thinking, oh, I can get somebody and come in and hit the ground running. No, that's not how reality works. In reality, when you hire a new person, you've got to go out and basically, again, slow down your business, because this person has to get acclimated to get up to speed. And again, that's where you're risking your money, and again, risking time overall. And this is what many employers really take for granted about turnover, and don't see how the turnover is really killing their business like a silent killer, killing it like a silent killer, because every person that leaves, again, that's money that you lost based on not only the salary and the benefits, but you're also losing money with the productivity, because you're stuck in this slow state. You're stuck in a slow state as related to your productivity, and you're not able to get back up to speed because you still have to further slow down. Because if this person was in essential positions that need to be filled, you've got to slow further down to go out here and start another job search that will cost you more money, depending on whether you have to pay a fee to a temp agency in the interim, or you have to go out here and spend money on a job search or spend time interviewing people. The turnover is costing you money, and this is the type of money, again, it's a lot of money that people really don't think about. They don't think about, if I hire somebody for 6 months on a $50,000 a year salary and they don't work out, guess what? You just lost $25,000, and you lost over maybe $50,000, $60,000 in productivity. You basically lost $110,000 in productivity overall, and you're going to lose another maybe $20,000, $30,000 in productivity as you slow down to go out here and either hire a temp, which is basically going to cost you money with a fee from the agency, and also going to cost you money with that person's salary. Moreover, it's going to cost you money and time with the job search, because you have to schedule interviews. All of this is things that people really don't think about as related to business. They don't think about how turnover costs them, because every time you turn over a person, again, you're losing money, and you're losing money on both ends, because if you can't, again, keep qualified people, you can't grow your business, and if you can't find qualified people, you can't maintain your business. And this is why a lot of people really have to take an assessment of their business and the direction it's going in, because if you don't look at why people are turning over, you won't be able to see how your business isn't able to grow. Now, turnover usually happens, I believe, for several reasons. One of them being that you have ineffective leadership, because ineffective leadership basically is one of the main reasons for turnover, because people really feel like they're not being supported. They feel like they're not getting their needs met. They feel like the company isn't satisfying their business needs as related to the workplace. Another reason that a lot of businesses have turnover is because you have employees who are being hostile to new hires, and that hostility is because these people basically feel threatened because because they have grown comfortable in their jobs. And since they've grown comfortable in their jobs, they've turned it into a fiefdom. And instead of thinking about what is going to be about the business serving the customer, they're thinking about having it serve themselves. So they force people out of jobs who would basically be there to help you run your business. You hire these people so that you could go out here and be able to make money, but this person is comfortable. This is why I say complacent people are a liability to a business. Complacent people are a liability to a business because what they do is, again, they throw monkey wrenches in your business, making it where qualified talent turns over, and you don't want qualified talent turning over because qualified talent, again, that their paycheck comes out of your pocket, and as it's coming out of your pocket, you're the one losing all that money. Meanwhile, this complacent person is basically burning up your money and keeping your business from growing. That's why you want to deal with people who want to do things like try to get people fired or talk or spread gossip. You want to shut that down because these people, when you start looking at how much money these people are costing you, you start to see, oh, wait a minute, I lost $40,000 on this person's salary. I lost $150,000 on productivity. I lost money overall because I've got this person in my workplace who is talking about how comfortable they are, but they're making it uncomfortable for me because I've still got overhead, I've still got costs, and this person is costing me money. And again, every person that turns over dollars, and if they're turning over dollars, they're not turning in dollars. And if you hire people, you have to think about how they're going to turn in dollars, because after you hire a person, again, it takes 90 to 180 days to get acclimated, and it takes even more time for you to get any sort of profit off their labor. It takes even more time to get profit off a person's labor. So you have to think about, again, the investment that you're making. And this is something people don't really think about as related to their business. They're not really thinking about how you're spending your money, because if you spend money on employees and they turn over, you're turning over dollars right into a trash can. You're losing money on that person and the money you invested in them, because whenever you hire an employee, you're hiring an employee so that you can make money off their labor. And if you person can't get acclimated and the person can't get support from leadership, again, there's no way for you to turn a profit, because they don't reach the 1 year mark where you can really start making money off their labor. And these are the things you really have to think about when you're running a business. When you're running a business, you have to think about how this person is going to make you money. And the more people walk out the door, the more money of your money is walking out. And a lot of people don't think about this in businesses like corporations and larger businesses, because they think, oh, it's somebody else's money. But as somebody who has basically spent the money, I understand what these costs can do. They can basically, again, accrue over time and put your business on the brink of going out of business. And that's why you want to work to retain quality talent. You want to keep quality talent satisfied, and you want to give them a road to growth. You want to give your qualified talent, again, that's doing good work, you want to go out here and give them more than a pizza. No, you want to give them good feedback. You want to give them raises, because the raise that you give them basically is going to save you a lot of money if you pay a person right, and more importantly, if you treat a person right. If you treat a person with respect, they will basically stay in your business and be able to grow as part of your business. And you want to, again, treat your people right so that they're not walking out the door, because every person that walks out the door is money walking out the door, and your ability to make money walking out the door. You really don't want to have high turnover, because turnover, again, turns over your money and turns it over into a trash can, because all that money that you're investing, you're losing with each person that leaves. Every person that leaves is money leaving your business. Every person, especially if it's a high frequency of turnover, that's where you start looking at people in management and see where the broken cog is, because what you want are people to stay in a job. The longer people stay in a job, the more skills that they learn, the more they grow in their skill set, the better that they become. And again, if these people are very well versed in their jobs and know what they're doing, guess what? You can go out here and basically make lots of money because you're not having to replace people. Similar to the way of buying a computer, and if you have to keep replacing parts, it costs money to replace parts. And again, eventually you reach a point where it costs more to replace a part than the entire unit is worth. And you don't want to be in that place where you're just constantly replacing things, because replacing people, again, costs lots and lots of money. And eventually, again, you want to be able to develop your skills and the people's talent so that they can grow, and you can have organic turnover, because organic turnover is where a person reaches a point where you've basically taught them everything that they need to know, and they can go on and now either move to another business and further develop their skills, or they can go out here and start a competing business. And competition is good because competition makes it where people have to bring their best to the table. So you want positive turnover, not negative turnover, because again, negative turnover costs the business, cost it lots of money, because again, you have to look at your employees as an investment in growing and expanding your business, and a place where you're a person who you're going to be growing and teaching a craft. And you have to create a culture that allows that person to stay in that environment and incentivizes them to stay in that environment, because every person that turns over, again, that's a loss for your business, loss of money, loss of productivity, and most importantly, a loss of time. And the last thing you want to lose is time dealing with a situation that is untenable. And again, you really want to work with people who want to work with you, and again, really want to grow. And again, that's what you're looking for as related to employees. And that's why you want to be very careful about who you hire, because the last thing you want is people turning over, because turnover basically is the silent killer. And the last thing you want it to do is kill your business. Now, if you want to learn how to identify workplace predators that can lead to turnover, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping in the Workplace, on Amazon.com. And in that book, I show you how to set a course and a direction for your career, and how to avoid these workplace predators that can keep you from moving forward at the job. And if you'd like to see me make more videos about the workplace, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA, from the Black Boule, in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Coming to paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pre-order your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.